One. Hello and welcome to the Breaking Free podcast. I'm your host, Nathan Francis, and today I'm very grateful to be humbled to be joined by Lou, Haylee, and Rhani. You guys will know Rhani. She was my last guest on my podcast. Off air, we had a chat. I wanted to do a young women's roundtable, so I threw it out there to Rhani, and she's gathered Haylee, who I've met through social media, and Lou, who lives on the Gold Coast. Rhani's come through the goods. We talk about a whole range of things today, ranging from the pill to dating, to some empowerment for young women, and whatever else comes up. So it's going to be a really awesome chat. I'm not going to say too much. I'm just going to come at it from a male's perspective. Haylee, Rhani, Lou, welcome to my show. I really hope this is going to be awesome today, which I know it is. I'm looking forward to it all week. So if Lou, if you want to introduce who you are, and then we'll work our way through and we'll get things started. So Lou, welcome.
Awesome. Thank you, Nathan, for having us. This is really cool, and I can't wait to have a chat with you all about just important shit that we all need to really focus on. My name's Luiza. I live at the Gold Coast. I'm a content creator for all kinds of content. I also run my own spiritual page, like dealing with astrology, consciousness, and awakening. I'm also an astrologer, so if you ever need your charts read, I'm here for you. And basically, I'm really excited to touch on certain topics that I also feel like I wanted to talk about as well, especially regarding the pill. I have a lot to say about that. So get ready to hear my voice.
Awesome. Haylee.
Hi. Thanks for having me on the show. It's awesome to be with these two fine young ladies as well as yourself. I live on the Sunshine Coast, and I am studying interior design as well as working. And I've recently just joined a truth podcast myself. So that's something I'm working on as well. But yeah, just getting in amongst the topic, trying to help the young women of society, because we definitely need to improve there, and happy just to help to empower people. So
awesome, Haylee. My listeners will know who you are, Rhani, but you can just introduce yourself again if you like.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Yeah, super happy to be back on the podcast with two of my closest girlfriends as well. So that's really nice. It's just nice to have like a good chat with everyone. I feel like we've all got a lot to say on this topic. We're all very passionate. We're all very vocal women here, and yourself, Nathan, as well. I'm excited for this. Yeah, I'm really interested in everything that we've got to talk about.
Awesome. Well, there's a lot of issues going on currently with our young women right now. So I guess the real big one is the pill. And I know from my experience with when I was in the dating scene and the other lifestyle I had, a lot of women were on the pill. I think that's amplified and multiplied now as this has kept going. So I guess we'll open the floor to Lou. You've got a lot to say about the pill, so I guess you can take this away and let's rock and roll into the pill. I think it's a big one.
Cool. Well, one thing I do want to say about the pill is that it's completely altering of your whole being. But what I do want to say is that because I didn't know better, because society told me that being on the pill was what we had to do. You know, when you were 17, the first time that I lost my virginity, I was told this is what I had to do, so I didn't get pregnant. And I stayed on it for 7 years. I then have never gone back on it since. And I did feel a lot of a difference when I went off it. I also researched a lot what it was doing to me, and it was altering my hormones, altering my whole natural system of my uterus. Everything that was meant to flow just was structured, and it was almost like it was put into a cage of what it had to do, where it actually just has the natural progression of knowing what it's supposed to do. But what I do want to mention, something really interesting that we're talking about, is that my mother was on the pill her whole life. Now, I can't quite remember why she stayed on it. It must have been for a specific reason. But when she went off it in her 50s, her menopause started straight away. Her menopause has lasted over 5 years. And it has been the most horrible menopause for her, especially when she first went off it. So she said to me, she goes, I regret ever taking it for that long, specifically because it really ruined my menopause and gave me like a more awful experience, you know, hot flushes. And I believe menopause obviously quite emotional responses as well. So because of all the shit you're pumping in, and I don't know a lot of the exact ingredients, and I probably won't be able to say a lot of them, but it's completely altering, and it's just going to fuck your system. So, you know, if you want to do things properly, there's other far more natural ways of doing things. Celibacy. But
Yeah,
I know a lot of young girls
exactly.
are not going to really want to do that because you know, like it's just but it's, you want to have fun, you want to experiment, you want to find yourself, and sometimes you find yourself another dude's dick, because that's when you're young, that's how you give you a little bit of growth and a little bit of, you know, richness to you. But the pill is not for that. The pill is just not.
The pill is not the answer. Yeah. And I think just the fact that, you know, it changes your hormones so much that you actually are attracted to a different partner than what you are when you're not on it. You know, like you're literally attracted to a different partner. Like that is so crazy. It's like with our pheromones, it's like we know like who's a good match for us. But when you have all of these hormones and all of these different metals and things that are being pumped into us, we're not picking a partner that is like suitable for us on so many different levels. Like, because we, you know, when our pheromones match with someone's, that means that we can create a strong baby, like a really strong, healthy baby. But obviously these things, they block things and they change things. So it just doesn't happen like that anymore. Like there's so many reports of women who go off the pill or off contraception and they're just completely not attracted to their partner anymore. Like it's so wild. But yeah, I mean, like for me, I went on the pill when I was about 15. Like I was a virgin for many years after that. Like I didn't get on the pill because of like to not fall pregnant. I just got on the pill because it was like what everyone else was doing, you know? And I just thought, oh, well, you get your period. So then you get on the pill to manage your period. Like I didn't even really give it a chance, like just to do its thing. And then I sort of got off it because I was like, oh, this feels like a bit sort of weird, you know, like why am I sort of doing this? Got on it for about a year and just intuitively was just like, oh, I don't know how I feel about like putting this in my body, and went off it. So thank God. But, you know, there's so many women that, you know, it's really like it's the pill, but also like a lot of us, and like Lou and Haylee, you probably would have got this when you were in high school as well. You remember that vaccine that we got? And I think the men actually got it too, like the Gardasil or whatever it was for ovarian cancer. Like, so around the time that all the women are getting their periods, we get that. And then we're all taking these like extra hormones, and women are walking around wondering why they all have, and you know, endometrial, what is it? Endo. I don't even know what it is because it's not even it's not even my reality, you know? But you know, no one can get pregnant or everyone's having miscarriages. It's like, yeah, we were fucked up from our teenage years when we didn't know any better. And we were just so susceptible to like the brainwashing and like peer pressure and the programming. It's fucked. Like this is our bodies. Like as women, like this is like our superpower. Like we can literally create life, you know, like how crazy is that? And it's just been fucked with from the moment that our bodies are like able to do that. It's quite sad. Yeah. Our poor wombs.
Yeah, my experience with contraception is a bit the same. Was on it for a very long time. And it's not just the pill itself, there's other forms that they've come out with. So I guess, yeah, people think, oh, well, if that's not working for me, I'll try something else. So yeah, I went from being on the pill to like there's one called the Implanon or something, and it gets put in your arm. And that's supposed to last, I think it's like 3 years or something.
Is that the rod? Is that rod?
Yeah. So
yeah, I was with a
Oh
couple
my
of girls
God.
that got that rod. Yeah.
yeah, and
Right.
it's actually supposed to stop your period for like the whole time, or like, you know, it's supposed to like, I mean, they tell you that the reason that like you not just going on it to like stop pregnancy, but I guess like to clear up your skin, or you know, to like level out like if you have heavy periods. So yeah, they I've had the implant on for a long time. I think the first one like was fine, and then the second one made me really sick. I was quite anemic most of my like adult life. Obviously, because I didn't know any better, I just went along with it. And yeah, wasn't until, and as Rhani said before, it definitely like alters your like compatibility with somebody, because like you like making the wrong choice. I definitely made a wrong choice during that time. And that's a story for another day. But definitely was an experience like once I came off like all contraception, it's like it just like unclouds your mind, and you're just like, what was I doing? And it's true. It's like all these chemicals in your body that aren't supposed to be there, and it's stopping your, natural production and natural state of being a woman. So yeah, I was able to make like a better decision after that. Obviously being a clear-minded, more healthy. Yeah, so it's crazy what like most women don't know about, or like they think that they need to take this stuff, as well as the fact that we're not actually taught how our body, like how our cycles are as women. So there's only about 5-6 days in the month that you can actually get pregnant. And if people were aware of that, like they probably wouldn't put this disgusting stuff in their body. And yeah, you can just like track your cycle, and you can like, there's ways around it, so you don't actually need to be putting this stuff in your body. So.
Do you guys remember there was certain pills to make you lose weight? And I remember the Yaz or Yasmin was one of them, but all girls would take certain ones and be like, okay, this is the one that makes me skinny. I'm going to take this one. This is the one that like I stop breaking out. I'm going to use this one. And we would pick and choose to tailor which one was going to work for us. And one of the biggest fears that I went off the pill, I was like, when I did, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get fat.
Yes, yeah. I remember.
I went on
that.
I like it makes your boobs bigger as well. Like I remember taking it and my boobs being so big, and I had like no boobies before, and I was like, oh my God, this is so good.
It makes
like I didn't even have any skin issues. I wasn't even having sex. I didn't even have irregular periods. I had no reason to go on it, but I was just frothing it because my titties looked really good.
It's like
how
how
bad
is
that?
With aesthetics. So just like, oh, you're gonna get bigger titties from it, like, and just
exactly.
Image is what we loved when, especially like in your early 20s. I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna get hot.
Yes, that's so true.
Yeah, I agree. I just think it's just so crazy, this world that we live in, that we're literally being told that we can't even trust our own bodies. We can't even trust our own bodies, like from such a young age, like that you have to take a pill to like regulate. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like it actually just makes me so frustrated, like looking back and just being like, wow, how did this even happen? Like we were literally programmed to believe that we can't even trust our own bodies, like, and that's the thing. Like if you are having like skin issues, if you are having irregular periods, if you have like these things that are going on in your body and you're not taking contraception, like get to the root cause of it. That's what we need to be doing, instead of just taking this thing that the pharmaceutical industry wants you to take, that's going to make you have even more symptoms, even more health problems, have to take even more medication, and then you're just in this, like, how many people have probably got really fucked up health, like women, like I said before, from taking the pill, that can't have kids now, that are having miscarriages, that have got like to have all this surgery to get their endo, like, it's just crazy to think that we have been programmed to believe we can't even trust our own bodies.
Well, there's also like other reasons why people are having miscarriages now, but that's a conversation for another day.
This thing in the arm over the last 3 years might have something to do with that.
Yeah. I've heard it. I even said it to someone because they said, oh, my partner had a miscarriage, and I was like, is it this reason? And they're just like, and the other guy goes like, yes, and he goes, no, because he didn't want to admit that was potentially what it could be. And I was like, she's a healthy woman. There's no reason.
It's absolutely rife, though. I'm hearing stories all the time where I am too. It's
it's pretty sad.
Just another quick,
but
you go
on the Gardasil vaccine. Actually, sorry, I shouldn't have probably said. But speaking on that, Robert Kennedy Jr. has actually got if you look him up and the Gardasil thing. He's actually got like court cases on it because a lot of women obviously have had a lot of complications, endometriosis and other like cervical cancers and things like that, which they're trying to bring to the light that that was not for the purposes that they told us it was for. So very interesting.
It's all coming out.
It is slowly.
Just a little bit too late for a lot of people, unfortunately. That's the thing though, right? The truth always comes out, but it's just like the damage is usually already done by then. Yeah. It's like you can sue someone, but it's like you're never going to get your health back. You know? But yeah, I think like I think what we should sort of talk about is like, what is the solution? Do you know what I mean? For like young women out there who are having issues with their body, like with their hormones and their menstrual cycle, or they don't want to get pregnant or whatever. I would just like to say, you know, if you are worried about getting pregnant, like I think you should only be sleeping with someone who you actually would want to have a baby with. Don't give it out. Don't give it out to anyone who doesn't deserve it. Like, yeah, I think don't use contraception. Like, it's just like, yeah, don't have sex with someone that you wouldn't want to have a baby with, you know, and be smart about it. I think like someone said, either Lou or Haylee, about because you can do it's like 6 days out of the month or something like that you can only get pregnant. So like know your body, work with your body, and yeah, or just don't have sex if you don't want to get pregnant.
But what about the guys though? You know, what about the guys? Like, could the guys do something? I know it's like hard in your early 20s, but guys are getting like the little tie up.
They are.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's happening at such a young age. That's not okay, is it? You shouldn't be getting. There's some young males that are getting the snip.
They are.
Yeah.
It's wild.
But it's reversible though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them are.
Yeah.
Some of them are. Yeah. But it's funny how we're the only ones that have been told that we our problem.
Yeah.
Our problem. You know,
yeah, not cool.
To try and work out, okay, I need to take this pill. I need to have this bar in me and I need to get this injection because I'm going to fall pregnant, and then I might get thrushed along the way, and then I get all these other shit and outbalance my pH, but it's all my responsibility.
It's a lot of fear too.
Yeah.
Like there's so much fear and worry and anxiety pushed by, well, the media and pharma and whoever else. It's like, how do these young women deal with that sort of stuff too? It's like, well, I would suggest turning your back on that stuff and just focusing on you.
100%.
And then find
100%.
women that are taking back their power and their health. Like Dr. Kelly Brogan's another awesome one for young women to follow. She's really good if you girls know who she is. Kelly Brogan.
I haven't heard of her, but I'll definitely look her up now.
Give her a look up. She's awesome. Like there's so many, and there's so many, like even just follow you three and like reach out and ask. Like there's so many other alternative people to follow that are like doing this work and that are educating our women on this pill stuff. Just Louise, quickly, you're pretty vocal about it. What would be one of your solutions that you would suggest for young women if they're listening to this right now and they're like, oh shit, yeah, what we've added to their fear and anxiety? It's like, well, what would be your solution now?
I think one of my big solutions is education. And it's not education of what we've been told that we need to know. It's education of the body. There is a lot of doctors and women out there who specialize in hormone health, women's health, who have more of a natural way of explaining things. And I think girls need to know, okay, like what Haylee said, this is the part of the month that you're going to be the most fertile. So let's work around that. You know, I know condoms are shit, but if you want to do it in that 6 days, maybe just use them. There's also other tactics like little, I think there's a little kind of like a silicone disc you could use as well. Just things like that for a little bit more. Yeah, I think there is, if you do want to, but it's all about education. And also I feel like in the 20s, it's a little bit hard to find, but self-worth is huge. You know, we don't really know what that is in our 20s. And a lot of us have to really find it at the end. But it's going through the trials and tribulations of experiences with people will bring you back to yourself and what you really do want. And it's developing that intuition. And what I suggest with that is starting to listen to women who've done this and been through this. Okay, how did they get through it? What did they learn? How can I apply that now?
learn from other people's mistakes, or not even mistakes, but learn from other people's journeys so that you don't have to go through the ups and the downs as well. Like the knowledge is out there. Social media is such a powerful tool.
Yeah.
So it's like, use it, you know, and take your power back.
Yeah. TikTok is Google, especially for the younger generations. Google is just so obsolete. I only ever use it for just something irrelevant. But TikTok is where you're going to find your info, because a lot of those doctors, a lot of those hormone doctors, all those natural doctors, they're on TikTok because they know that's where the audience is. So, and like I will say, TikTok, go there, look for it, and educate yourself, because you will find it. You will find it.
Haylee, you got any advice for the pill?
Yeah, just finding the right kind of people to follow, and just like getting to know yourself, your body, and what it needs, what it doesn't need. There's also a whole bunch of like different apps as well that you can download, like where you can track your cycle. So if you know like that information, you put it in, and it tells you where you're up to. So that's another one to look into. But just getting to know your body, and just tracking your cycle basically. So.
Yeah, nice. I reckon I'll put Kelly Brogan's links in the bottom. If there's anyone that some young women can follow, we'll chuck some links in the bottom for some young women to go away and follow for different things to do with their health. I know do you guys know Melissa Kupsch, the homeopath?
No.
She's another one that's very she's really awesome. She's doing a lot of fertility stuff with. So she was a homeopath, still is, but she's focusing on women's health now. So she's another one. I've had her on my podcast, episode 3 or 4. If any young women want to go back and have a listen, Melissa Kupsch is awesome too.
I feel like I've got another woman called Life with Jen, or Life as Jen, and she talks a lot about women's hormones.
Yeah.
What should we be doing at certain times of the month? What type of exercise we should be doing at certain times of the month? So I'll send that to you guys, and we can link it. And
we'll have like a resource. We'll have like a resources list for the bottom.
Yeah,
so any young women out there, there's a resource list at the bottom. We'll have Kelly Brogan, Melissa in there, and a few others that we'll gather over the next few days. Another interesting women's topic that just came to me then while we were talking, or you were talking, is a lot of women are bonded with their phones, taking photos of their asses, taking photos of their cleavage, pretty much putting it all out there on display to show. And a lot of the Instagram influencers are doing it. I used to look at them and follow a few of them. So, but I've since delved away from that being a male. But a lot of young males are drawn to these women that have their asses out, that have their tits out. That's another big one too, because a lot of women are they're bonding with their phone, and they're not bonding with those around them, not bonding with whatever. It's like it's all about how they look. They're pumping their lips full of what's it called? The fillers in the lips. They're getting the rubbers in their boobs, and they're doing all these toxic things. Let's talk about that, because that's a big one too, especially these influencers, because then these young girls in there from 16 to 20, a lot of them have their asses out. So let's delve into that. That's a big one.
This is a big topic.
Who wants to take the floor? Mic drop.
I think it's a lot of people are trying to find their self-worth outside of themselves. So they're definitely posting just pictures and videos and things where they're revealing themselves on the internet for whoever to see, whoever to take photos and screenshot and whatnot. It's just they don't need to be doing those things when you realize that your self-worth comes from within, and you know yourself. You don't care there's probably two aspects here. When you don't care what people think, you can do that as well. But when you truly know yourself and you don't care what people think, in terms of needing to impress people, or feeling like you need to post photos and videos like that just to get the likes, it's just it's sad to see, really. And then I think I posted a meme the other day. It was like these kids in the future, and they had this like AI thing where it was like a photo of their grandma with her bum out.
Yeah, I've seen them.
I saw that too.
And it said,
I'm going to reshare that.
Gee, grandma really liked to take photos of her butt in the mirror. And it's so true. It's like, when you look back, are you going to be like, oh, all I did was take photos of myself wearing next to nothing in the mirror for people to like. You know, like in 5 years' time, is all those likes going to matter? It's like, what are you doing with your time? And yeah, you don't need to get your self-worth from random thirsty dudes on the internet. Like, their opinions don't matter.
Living in their mum's basement, liking the photos from their mum's internet.
It's like, does it really make you feel better to have like people liking, you know, your bum hanging out or whatever? It's like, you know, it's one thing to be proud of your body and like be proud of yourself and be proud of how you look, and it's just, you can do that in a way where you don't need to be standing in front of the mirror all the time taking a photo of your bum to put on the internet, or, you know, like having like basically just your nipples covered, like, you know what I mean? It's like it's okay to like be proud of your body, but do it in a way that's like protects yourself,
having respect for yourself.
Having respect.
Yeah, for me, what it really comes back to is like, you know, everyone's on their own journey at the end of the day, right? Everyone has different reasons that they're posting different things on social media. But for me, what it really comes back to is, and, you know, I've never been like a person that's posted like tits and ass photos on social media, like maybe like a little bit here and there, you know, wanting like going for a thirst trap, like wanting a little bit of attention because I'm going through a breakup or something. Like, I think a lot of us have been there, but I'm very anti tits and ass page over the past couple of years. And, you know, as someone who really didn't respect themselves when it came to men, like really did not. And that's a whole nother thing for a whole nother day. But, you know, I've had to really work on like my self-love and my self-respect. And I put so much work into myself, right? That when someone compliments me on my appearance, I actually get offended because I'm like, fuck, there is so much more, you know, there is so much more. And that's the thing is like these women, like it's just like, I just don't agree with it. And I just think that they have so much more to offer the world than just what their physical appearance is and their tits and their ass and getting compliments off random men that they're never going to see. But I think for me, it's like, what would a high value woman do? Do you know what I mean? Not everyone wants to be a high value woman, but for me, it's like, how would a high value woman act? Would she be posting tits and ass photos all over the internet? You know, like for me, it's just like, how am I in alignment with my higher self? Is that what my best self would be doing? Like, if I really respected myself and really loved myself, is that what I'd be doing? No. So yeah, I feel very sort of strongly about that topic. And I think like, you know, I have respect for my future husband, whoever that is, wherever he is out there, you know, and I don't want people to look at me that way. I don't want people to sexualize me. I think that is like, you should keep that stuff for your partner, you know, have respect for them, even if you don't have a partner. Because none of these people are going to matter in a couple of years who are just like, you know, but your partner, the person you end up with, like that's forever. Yeah.
I also believe that a lot of maybe young women, teenagers, maybe haven't really found their talent. And that's what they think that they're talented at. It's the only thing that they believe that they're good at is being hot online. And that's so not the case at all. Every single one of you that are listening, there's a hidden talent within you that you know that you can embody. I love dancing. I'm like I love like heels dance, hip hop, pole, loved it like my whole life. The dance for me is something I'm so proud of, and I'll always post shit that I'm proud of because that's me, 100% me doing it. And if you are someone who loves art, if you love someone who maybe even loves cars, if you're someone that loves whatever hobby, that's the things that you should be focusing on, not how hot you are online, because you're still beautiful regardless of any hobby that you do. But it's these girls don't believe that they're worth anything more than their images. And that's when they start going, oh, I better alter some shit. I better, you know, her nose looks really good. I want that chin. And I think I might just like, you know, get some more of this filler and adjust this here. And there's all these procedures that are out at the moment. Some of them I haven't even known yet because they're so wild. And it's like, no, you're really beautiful exactly the way you are. If you get older and you still feel like you want to have a little bit of adjustment, take the time to really sit with that for a very, very long time. It took me 10 years to get my boobs. 10 years of sitting with myself saying, do I want this? Do I not want this? Why are the reasons why I want this? when I was 27, my 27th birthday present to myself, that's when I got them because I could, and I felt like that was right for me. However, I knew that I was talented before that, and I didn't get boobs for online. I got boobs for me. So, you know, if you do want procedures, wait until
Yeah.
the moment and think about it. But focus on what you're actually really good at and what you love, because that speaks bigger volumes than any titty pic online.
100%. And I just want to say, like, for everyone out there that's listening, like, us women, we have all had at least something done. Okay. But at the end of the day, it's like, we are women, you know, we didn't rush out and get this when we were 18, 19 years old. Like, for me, yeah, I wanted to get my boobs done for so long, you know, and I didn't go and just get it because I thought it was going to make me better looking or whatever. And having my boobs done, I actually love it because I feel like it makes my body, I feel like it just makes my body more like womanly and sort of like, I don't know, just like more complete. Like, I absolutely love it. But it's not, I didn't go out there because I was like, oh, guys love big titties. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you have to love yourself before, you can't hate yourself out of anything. You can't hate yourself out of being fat. You can't hate you know what I mean? You can't make changes about your appearance because you hate it. You have to do it from a place of love. And I feel like even getting braces, do you know what I mean? Like, you like love yourself, but like you can make little enhancements, but you don't want to completely change your whole face, your whole body. Like, women out there getting like BBLs and like it's just like so freaking, it's just so far from natural. Like, enhance things, like enhance your natural beauty, but don't go fucking crazy.
Well, it's why
and actually just think about it.
Before BBLs, they actually need a psych consult prior. And it states to them, you need to understand that you may not get the result that you want, and you need to be mentally okay enough to be able to handle that.
Yeah.
A lot of women go into BBLs thinking they're going to change my body. But the fact is that you need to love your body prior to doing it, which is, I dare say, a high percentage of women that don't originally.
Yeah.
So just remember that you still may not be happy after you get a procedure, which is why you
and Lou, you've had friends that have had BBLs and
Mm-hmm.
who don't like their body, and they've had all these really hectic procedures and they still hate themselves, right?
And I'm like, well, you did that, you know? Like,
that's hectic.
You know, it's a life-threatening surgery. It's not safe. There's a lot of aftercare, and you have to really maintain your shit. It's upwards of maybe $15,000 to $30,000 that you're just going to drop, and for you not to like it at the end of the day. And you might not like it because you might not like the way you look, and then you've spent almost $30,000. That's pretty damaging on both parts of you mentally, and how long you're going to sit. You look at yourself every day. You know, you would have loved yourself before, and you would have had more money, and maybe went to the gym. I don't know. And like, I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sad.
Facts. What do you think, Nathan? What do you think?
I feel like you've got a lot going on in your head. Yeah,
I do have a lot going on in my head. Yeah, I do. I'll chime in and just say, look, I'm going to encourage young women to do their research as well. A lot of these procedures are quite toxic as well to their bodies. You know, these suctions and these titties and these things, they're actually quite toxic. Maybe do your research. Do your research on these as well. Maybe find a holistic approach, or just as what you awesome women have said, is like, just nurture the body that you've been given, and just learn to love that, and that you're perfect just the way you are. You don't need an ass, you don't need tits, you don't need these things. Even women our age now will start to get the bloody crow's feet. They'll start getting Botox. That's what I was looking for, Botox. There's all these things out there that the celebrities are getting in the media are promoting and pumping out. It's like, all that's a distraction away from you. Like, go back within and learn to love yourself, and learn to love the body and the vessel that you've inhibited for this experience. That's what I would suggest.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, actually, I guess a lot of people, or like young women, the people they look up to would be like Kylie Jenner or somebody like that. It's like, these celebrities are literally, like, when you look at photos of Kylie Jenner back in the day compared to now, it's like, you can tell they've had so much work done.
Like, from the age of 15 to 20, she changed. Like,
Kim Kardashian.
Completely changed.
Right, Kim Kardashian. She
Kim
had like the
Kardashian.
most petite, like slim ass, and then from like 20 to 27, when she married Kanye, the ass has got bigger.
yeah,
Yeah,
And
it's
now
like
it's gone.
Now it's gone, yeah.
Yeah.
it's like people, you know, I guess it is hard being a young woman in society these days when, you know, these kinds of people are promoted everywhere and all over your social media, and so you're like, a lot of women are like looking up to them, or like looking at them and comparing, like, what can I do? So then I guess it's just, yeah, empowering each other and finding the right kind of people to look up to, and realizing that you don't actually need these things. You don't need to compare yourself to them. There is a really good Instagram page. I think her name's The Skin Coach. She's like a 50-year-old lady. She used to be massive into like Botox and fillers and things. And she's completely, I think she's been like off it for like a few years now, and she's promoting like natural ways of like keeping yourself looking youthful, you know, those kind of things. And yeah, if you like go on her page, she has like a whole heap of like tips and stuff and like programs. But yeah, she just tries to like empower people not to like have to go down those routes if you don't like, yeah, you wanted to do it a natural way. So yeah.
Add that
I've
to the
also
resource
found
list.
using a gua sha, I found is really, really good for circulation in the skin. And if you want to like obviously remove a lot of circulation around your neck area, around your face area, it's made of whatever stone you choose. Could be rose quartz, could be jade. And you use a face oil and you actually massage your face with it. And you can actually not like, it's like sculpt the face, but it's also removing all the excess fluid from the face too. And I find a lot of women's faces have actually changed by using this natural technique. It's I think I believe from China. It's an old technique. And I use it and I think it's fantastic. It's just moving the fluid around the face, cleaning things up, and because it sets it, I believe the fluid goes into the thyroid or the lymph nodes and it comes out that way.
Yeah, lymphatic drainage.
Yeah, lymphatic drainage. So gua sha is amazing, and a really beautiful natural oil as well. If your skin isn't too oily, you know, maybe it could be like a natural Botox for you too.
That can go on the resource list too.
I'll put it. Yeah, I will.
I second that one, Lou. It's fantastic.
It's beautiful. It's so
amazing.
beautiful. There's also like face rollers. You could use metal face rollers, which are face massages as well. Reduces tension. Also maybe could even help with headaches as well if anyone has pressure. So there's far more natural things that we can use. And I think we're applying a lot of ancient techniques and just spinning it out in the modern, something that we can identify with. So yeah, I would highly suggest those. I'll send you guys all the links so everyone can have a little look.
So this can delve into our next topic now. A lot of women are lathering their faces full of toxic makeup. We know most of it's toxic. Let's open the floor. What do you women use? I highly doubt you'd be using the mainstream products, but let's open the floor.
Natural.
What are you women using in terms of makeup? Because we know that these big brands like, you know a big brand of makeup? I don't really know any.
Yeah. I don't really wear makeup much. I only wear it on weekends if I go out somewhere, and it's usually like a CC cream, some mascara, a little bit of bronzer and blush, and I'm on my way. Feeling extra pizzazzy. If I'm going to an event, I will put in the effort and I'll wear makeup, but it's very, very rare because I never wear makeup during the week.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Your skin's so good you don't need to. Because you look after yourself.
Very good care of it. I really cherish myself. So yeah.
That's self-worth and self-love right there. So you're embodying that. Love that.
Yeah.
What do you use, Rhani?
I use mainly, Inica, I believe it's pronounced. I absolutely love it. It's a natural makeup. So I use that for most of my products. But there's just some stuff that I have like that's just left over. You know, it's not everything is 100% natural, but the stuff that I'm putting like mainly on my actual skin is, and I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, I think it's made out of like cornstarch powder or something like that. But yeah, I use like a lot of oils on my face, natural oils like jojoba or hemp seed oil, or even blue lotus as well. But I'm like, even though I look like a girly girl, I hate the whole industry. I just do the bare minimum to just look like I give a shit, but I don't. I hate it.
What about you, Haylee?
I use Ecology, I think it's called. It's a natural, they got like natural makeup. But mostly on my skin in terms of like moisturizer or anything, I just use tallow butter. And then I've recently
so good.
I've heard of that. I want to get some.
Yeah.
It's actually amazing stuff. Has definitely improved my skin. And then I've recently come across another, I think she's like in Denmark, but it's Skin by Achilles. And just like seeing the results of people on her products is just amazing. It's all like organic stuff. So I use this one called Sunshine Elixir, and it's like all these beautiful natural oils. And yeah, it's like definitely improved my skin as well. So just being more on the natural side and not putting toxins on your skin, because it definitely absorbs into your body as well. It's definitely something to look into, and if you can go natural, definitely go that.
A good skincare
Especially
routine.
lip balms as well.
Yeah, a good skincare routine will go a very long way. If you take care of it, your skin is your largest organ. Take care of it. Drink water. It's honestly the biggest thing to make you look so youthful and hydrated. You cleanse your face with something natural. I have this beautiful silicone brush that vibrates, so it obviously circulates the skin. I do that every night. I'm toning with something natural, cruelty-free, not tested by animals, moisturizers, serums, everything with like no fragrance in it. I don't want it to smell. And it's morning and night will be a different routine, but I've been doing it since I was 13 years old, and like I have pretty good skin. So it's just really taking care of it, eating good food. You want to eat good food? Yeah, you want to eat
eating good food. Yeah,
you're gonna get blemishes. You want to drink alcohol? Expect blemishes.
Especially seed oils as well. Like it makes your skin burn so much easier as well. Like it really, you can notice a difference. Like if you're eating shit food, and you're intolerant to it, like it's going to come out on your skin, like gluten. Yeah. Oh, so many things. Yeah. You can't treat your body like shit and expect to like look good. It comes from within.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm pretty controversial. I don't really believe in sunscreen.
Neither do we. Or neither do I.
I don't like sunscreen.
No.
I just don't. Yeah, I just think it's just the shittest thing. Why am I being protected from something natural? Like, what the fuck's that?
Do your research. I encourage anyone out there listening to do your research.
Yeah.
Kate Evans is not crazy. We're not crazy. Your mainstream sunscreen causes cancer, and I'm free and happy to say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Want sunscreen? Lather yourself with some coconut oil, or go to an organic shop. There's plenty in Queensland. There's plenty around, and grab yourself an organic sunscreen that hasn't got the stuff in it that causes cancer. Usually a lot of these organic ones are made by are literally like infused with essential oils, so it's not going to hurt your skin, it's not going to burn you either, and you get a nice tan too. How about those ads when we're all growing up? There's nothing healthy about a tan. Like that's just ingrained in the minds of so many people our age. It's like far out. Cool.
So dumb.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway. Is there anything else you women want to talk about today? I think we've covered the things we're going to talk about, I think we've covered a lot of topics, but it was really good. It was really insightful. And I hope that like the listeners get taken away with something that they can really hold on to. And obviously like for myself, if anyone has any questions, I'm always open to have a chat and just kind of list the things that I do in my daily practices and the way that I treat my body and the way that I believe about myself. Because I think, like I'm 32, so I've like experienced the 20s and I've experienced the teens, and I'd love to offer like any guidance that anyone needs as well, because I've got a lot to say, but I just want to help. Yeah, good. Haylee?
If anyone wants to reach out and ask questions, always happy to help. Also, I have joined a podcast, a Truth podcast. So if anybody wants to go over and watch that as well, we will be discussing topics like this. It's called The Truth Is Our Comedy. You can just find out on YouTube. But yeah, as Lou said, if you need to reach out, always happy give my opinions and links to things that people can go and do their own research. Because as I said, like, this is our opinions and people need to make their own decisions, but always happy to empower people. So
Love that.
Yeah.
Rhani, got something cool to add?
Yeah, so hit me up if anyone has any questions. Something that I would just really, really recommend for anyone who has been taking any sort of birth control, any sort of like medication their whole life, is to definitely just look into doing some fasting or some cleansing and detoxing. Like, really, really work on getting these things out of you, because your health is your wealth. Like, it really is. And we've been programmed to believe that we need all of these outside things to make us healthy, you know, and really giving our power away. But it's like, I really believe that, you know, with everything that's going on in the world, it's like we have to take our power back. We really have to be sovereign beings. We really have to take our health serious, because health is the only thing that we have. So I would really recommend, I'm big on fasting, obviously. Just fast, cleanse. Yep. Get all of this crap out of you as much as you can. Yeah. Especially if you've been on the pill as well. And just start looking for different solutions, you know, like, take your power back. That's what it's all about. It's about taking accountability and responsibility for what you've done in your life. And it's like, how are you going to fix that?
Love it. I'll just quickly ask one thing from you three awesome women. If there's one piece of advice that a young woman can take away from today, which Rhani just covered then, but do you have any advice for young women now that can start their journey to discovering themselves and also loving themselves and self-worth and all that stuff? There's one piece of advice, what would you give to a young woman now listening? You can start, Lou.
Don't find happiness in anything external apart from yourself.
Love it.
This is more in other people. Don't find happiness in others. Find happiness with you. Find what you love to do. Find what makes you happy and what makes your heart sing. Whatever you like, and apply your love to that, because that you will live far more rich life than if you find your love in anything external or anyone external.
That's powerful. Haylee?
Just that like, find things that you like to do, or like your little self-care routines. Start looking into things you can do to improve your health and get, you know, off birth control, and follow like people that inspire you as well. That's a massive thing, because if you're following the likes of the Kardashians, you're definitely going to be not living to your highest potential. And just surrounding yourself with like people that are going to empower you as well, and push you in the right direction. And just basically know that you're important, and your self-worth comes from yourself. So
that's awesome.
That's so cute.
That's a good way to finish. Is there anything else that we need to add? I don't think there is. Thank you for jumping on today and finding the time for this. I reckon this is going to really inspire many young women to take their power back. I think we should do this again. It should be like a monthly thing, and we just discuss the stuff, I reckon.
That'd be so down.
That would be cool.
Yeah, we'll do a monthly roundtable. I think this will be really, really important. So
with the gals. Thank
you for finding some time to join. I've learned a lot, actually, even though I'm a male, so I can only imagine how much these females have learned. So thanks for jumping on.
Thank you for holding space for us and wanting to learn. You know, it's guys like you that can make the change, and like women, we really appreciate that. So thank you.
No worries.
It's really nice just having a man that's actually interested in this and wants to sort of like let women have their voice and like put it out there. You know, it's very nice.
Thank you. If this had been done 3 years ago, it could have been a bit different. So I'm glad I've made my information too. This has been the Breaking Free podcast. Thank you for listening and watching wherever in the world you are. I look forward to seeing you again soon. I've got some awesome guests lined up, and I think I'm going to have these three back on in the near future for another roundtable, probably next month. So we look forward to that. Thank you for your time today, women, and I'll see you again soon.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.